Hello guys, and welcome back to another Fred66 video. It's been a while since we've done a video of me literally being in the garage, as you can see. It's been a while, but we're back with more of these kind of style videos, but don't worry, the compilations will be returning soon. So here we go. Today we're looking at the T1 Heavy, probably one of the most overpowered tier 5 tech tree tanks in the game, especially compared to the KV1, and I will do a video on the KV1 at some point, but today we're taking a look at the T1 Heavy. So before we take a look at any replays, we're going to have a look at the stats of this tank. So it has 680 hit points with the max turret upgrade without equipment, but I think it has around 700 with the equipment. Yeah, 721. I think that's the same for the KV1 as well. And its main armor, this is the crazy thing about this tank, it has 140 millimeters of turret and hull armor on the front. That is absolutely incredible, especially for tier 5. 85 millimeter on the side of the turret, 76 millimeters on the hull. Still pretty good when you can angle, and the rear turret is 83, but the rear hull is 41. It is an American tank, so it doesn't have the strongest rear armor. But you will see the armor in action in one of the replays. Its view range 230.0, pretty good. Concealment while stationary 10, while moving 6, upon fire while stationary 3, pretty standard. Fire, now this has a very good gun. The damage per minute is 1,353, which is actually pretty good for a heavy tank. The reload time is 7.09 seconds. Now that's a really good reload. This is a tier 5 heavy we're talking about. The KV1 has like a 10-second reload. That's absolutely amazing. And the average penetration, armor piercing, 134. Armor piercing composite rigid, 186. And high explosive, 42. So pretty standard penetration for the high explosive. But the AP and APCR is very good. You can definitely penetrate many shots in this tank. And the average damage, it's actually just kind of average for this tank. 160 for armor piercing, 135 for armor piercing composite rigid, and high explosive for 200. So not really amazing on the damage, but pretty average. Still not bad though. Aiming time 5.2 seconds, pretty good. Dispersion at 100 meters, 0.412. So actually pretty good dispersion. It's pretty standard, to be honest. You can definitely land a few good shots on the move. The gun turn limit, 30 degrees of gun depression. Jeez, I've been funny. But 30 degrees of gun elevation, indeed. Pretty funny salute, as you'll probably see in one of the replays. And 10 degrees down. So that's actually 10 degrees of gun depression on a heavy is pretty good, considering the good turret armor. Now, this is also one of the good things about this tank. There's pretty much like zero bad things about this tank. The maneuverability at the top speed, 34 kilometers an hour. But the average speed of 30, so that is very good average speed. You're pretty much getting up to top speed very quickly. Reverse of 12, pretty standard to be honest. Power to weight ratio, 16.0, very good power to weight ratio. The weight, only 59 tons, so not incredibly heavy. Not as heavy as like the TOG, but it's kind of average weight for a tier 5 heavy, like the KV1. I'm definitely comparing it most of the KV1 because that's the same category, very similar tank. The turret turn rate, 31.29 degrees a second, that is very good. Hull turn rate, 34.53, so also pretty good. Terrain crossing capacity, 95% on road, 74% on ground, and 45% on water. That is very standard, to be honest with you. Pretty good. And engine power, 945. So, pretty good in general. It does have 3 engine upgrades, so you definitely do want to get the max engine upgrade, as you can see. Stock, this tank definitely isn't the best stock, but it isn't hard to play because of that incredible front armor, but you really need to get a max upgrade to experience this tank. So, now we've had a look at the stats of the tank, we're going to go and have a look at some of the replays in this tank. So let's get into the replays. Right, so in the first replay, now this one actually is a battle that we lost, not because of me, but because of the team. But this really does show you the armor profile of the T1 Heavy and how good the gun is also, especially up against tier 4 games. Now there's the M8A1, bounce already shot. He is a tier 4, so they're barely even going to pen the front plate in anywhere, so pretty impossible to pen. penning him though very easily. Actually got epic spot because the team had gone the wrong way in this game. But there's a KV-1. See, he has a very weak front plate, even though unfortunately he got a lucky bounce. But still, you can really see the weakness of the KV-1's plate there. There we go, easily penning the shot. But he hasn't even attempted to shoot us quite yet. Popping out to try and get a shot. Ryland B1 is on a one-shot, taking him out and getting more bounces from the Hetzer. And another bounce. Well, actually that was hit our track, so there we go, even more bounces. So we bounced 620 damage so far, and they are starting to push. As you can see, this Hetzer normally has pretty good armor on the front, easily penning it with our gun there. Gonna get another shot into that Hetzer. Yes, 780 block damage now. But now we have been flanked by this AMX, and as you can see at the top, the team are dropping like flies. But now I'm targeting this KV-1, trying to do as much damage as I can. I have to pop out to try and avoid the AMX, but they're all here, still getting bounces off of the Hetzer, but unfortunately dying. But that really shows you how good the armor profile is on that tank. Now this game is really going to mainly focus on the mobility and the gun, but here we go. Rolling out in the team because we could have gone that way in the heavy route, but no one went that way, so going this way. Also want to take a little moment in the video to say thank you for reaching 60 subscribers. It's been a pretty hard journey, but can we get to 70? Can we get to 100? Let's see how we do. But thank you to everyone who's subscribed recently. Right. Now the VK-28 is over there. Only a light tank, so should be able to easily pen, but the VK-28, when angled on the front, actually does have a pretty decent amount of armor. Jackson over there has just been spotted. Now rolling down to try and target the VK-28. He is angled a little bit, as you can see, a little bit of red, but the T1 Heavy's gun really is so good at penetrating shots, it just easily penned him there. Right, now the Jackson is targeting us. Unfortunately, he bounced that shot. But, you know, you can't pen everything. This is a tier 6 game, and he actually does have pretty good turret armor. Unfortunate miss there, that was my fault, not the T1 Heavy. Now, gonna back up to try and get some shots on this KV-1. As you saw in the previous replay, the KV-1's armor profile is nowhere near as good as the T1 Heavy's. But I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. And there's the Jackson gonna pop out. He just turns invisible, and I cannot actually land a shot on him there. VK-28 do taking him out though. Right, now there's only the KV-1 SC100Y over there, and I think there's a Dickomax hiding back there, but there you go, see the armor profile easily penning the KV-1, and we bouncing off of him, so very, very good job for the T1 Heavy. Targeting him again, easily penning the front plate. He's now at a one shot. Can we take him out? Aiming in at the bottom plate. Us bouncing, but someone unfortunately takes him out just before us. But we still bounced another shot from him. Now the SC100Y right there. Pretty easy target to pen. There we go, he's on a one shot, popping out, and there we go. Taking him out. But now the Dickomax has been spotted, and we could be in a really bad position here. Right, popping out to try and get the Dickomax. Penning a shot, lovely. Don't want to pop out though, because I am on a one shot, and he does get taken out. So that is the T1 Heavy, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As I said at the beginning, more compilations coming soon. I am actually going to be away tomorrow for a few days, so there won't be any more videos being uploaded for this week, but I'll try to get them out as often as possible next week. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.